Okay,
It's new.
it's just after 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the Civic Center Ad Hoc Committee to order. First thing on the agenda is the change orders 37 and 38. We have all members of this committee here. So let's go ahead and go over those. I'm going to get Mike on the phone.
He was planning to do pricing.
I called him and he said he'd probably come in Zoom.
Maybe he got that.
I mean, Mike from
Same.
For I think we can get started without them though.
Yeah.
Since these are some things we're initiating. So we have a request for, and these are lines on the tennis court for pickleball. Is that right? Scott, go ahead and fill us in on what these are, what we're requesting, and your thoughts on it.
Probably shortly, about a year into the project, pickleball was getting very popular. We had set up lines inside the Civic Center. We were having anywhere from 12 to 16 people coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I just thought it wasn't. When we were planning this, I wasn't thinking about pickleball, but then I inquired just to get a number if we were to add pickleball to make the courts more multi-purpose than just tennis. And
I guess before you just had tape down,
yes,
some type of tape for that type of purpose.
Is it on the existing tennis court? Is that where it was?
it was
Is that where
where we had it was on the two sides, north and south, no, east and west.
Of the basketball court?
No, that wasn't there.
It's
It
the
was
sides, like
the sides.
if there's a tennis
Garfield
court here,
side
it's
and
down
front
the
full
two
side.
sides.
Yeah, we had 4 courts set up.
And this is for 4 courts here
Yes,
on the new large tennis court.
yes.
Was there any thought of putting them on the old tennis court, which is now a basketball court?
We had volleyball lines and basketball lines, and then I would think there'd be too many lines.
I just wonder how that plays, how that conflicts with tennis, since it's the only tennis court that there is inside.
I
I'm sure
understand
it's
that, but
used a lot.
you're only gonna have 2 or 4 people playing tennis at a time. If we could get it more multi-purpose, since, we set times aside.
Can you play games that close together? If you had, because with pickleball you can do 4 people on the court.
2 on each side, yes.
Would you be able to have 2 games going right next to each other with this setup?
I believe you've got 4 of them on at the same time.
Could you?
So these are the corners of each court for pickleball, and that's played this way. And then obviously this is tennis here.
I've not played. I don't know how far outside the lines people are running to hit the ball.
The 2 outer ones, I think, can be pushed a little further out. Anywhere from 7 to 8 feet is what they like. So
How many feet are between the courts here?
I think we got plenty in between the middle ones. I think the outer 2 could be moved out further. And like we said, the colors have not been really, we can change the colors.
My suggestion was the gray, just with, I thought it would be the most aesthetically pleasing. but that's up to you all.
So on the basketball court, you got basketball, volleyball, what else? Or is it just those two?
It's just those two.
What about the courts downstairs? Have they just got two of each, two
They have
courts on them?
basketball this way, basketball this way, basketball this way, volleyball here and volleyball here.
So it's basketball two different directions and then volleyball on top of that, downstairs.
So 3 sets of lines.
Yeah.
So the tennis courts would be white, and the pickleball would be gray.
Yes.
If we're gonna do whatever we want it to be.
Right. The tennis would be white to start with. You wouldn't want anything too overpowering going the other way either.
That was our thought process going with that.
Tim, you play tennis. What are your thoughts on, from a tennis player's point of view, having several sets of lines coming through your field of play?
I don't like it at all, but to the point Scott made about people enjoying this new sport, I think you raised a very good question about the margin between the courts. I really question the wisdom of trying to squeeze 4 of these pickleball courts because it'll fit the grid, because tennis players play outside the lines all the time. I mean, you watch Nadal and Federer, and they'll be 10 feet off the corner of the baseline. And we're not professionals, but we're also mixing it up. And when you've got that many people moving in different directions in the same plane, you're gonna have a problem.
But you're not playing with a tennis ball, you're playing with almost like a wiffle ball.
I know, but that doesn't mean that the players aren't moving. It's a very
Well,
quick
yes.
sport. It's not as raw, fast as tennis, but it's a very quick sport. You have to have a real opportunity for, collisions when you're playing right up to the same line.
Are the width of the pickleball the same as, and I don't know all the lingo for the tennis lines, but your baseline and then that other line.
That's a doubles line.
So is the pickleball court the same width as those two? Would they fit on those lines? I mean, up and down.
Pickleball's, I think, 36 feet long.
The middle school plays all the time. Our kids play pickleball.
This- is this with-
Basketball?
The same as that?
This is on the basketball court.
This and that, are they the same?
I do not believe so. I could check.
It looks like it would be pretty close though.
If you want to go just with 2 courts, I mean, it's,
It'd be safer.
Yeah, I just think people, if you're moving laterally across and you've got 2 games going, you got
I just know another smaller
Random.
basketball courts that are smaller than what we have, they have 4 pickleball courts, 2 on each side.
But
Where's
you
that?
put pickleball courts on one of the new outdoor courts, correct?
we've already got that.
I'm just talking about space.
No, I'm talking about
Yes,
opportunities for people to play.
yes,
We do have outdoor pickleball courts on one of the new courts.
yes,
And how many are there? 2 or 4?
2.
So you did 2 outside. Okay. I think if you keep the tennis court lines flat, it'll reduce the possibility for confusion of where you are on the court. But I definitely think that there should be some space between the courts. They should not share a common line. That's asking for collisions.
But there are no.
They don't share it.
How much space is it?
This way.
No,
Yeah, none of those share a common line there.
You're playing up to the same line, aren't you?
No.
This is in between the courts here.
Is this a pickleball court?
Mhm.
And that one And that one? How is this court not, these courts not sharing a line? Is there
This is-
space between them?
There's a space in between,
Right here.
This?
not the black line.
This is end of a court, and this is the other court.
Where's the sideline?
This is the sideline, this is the sideline, this is the sideline.
So they are sharing, these lines are shared by each of the courts.
No,
The black lines aren't the court, but
You're playing this way, aren't you?
Tim, right here. Here, 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 and here.
Where's the net?
The net is right here.
No, it's not marked.
And you have this space in between the courts.
You have this much space?
Yes.
How far is it, do you know?
I'm not exactly sure, but
3 to 4 feet.
this can be moved further this way
Yeah.
if need be.
Move them out.
That's what I was saying.
If we have 3 sets of lines on the downstairs courts, that doesn't seem to be, I mean, it might be somewhat confusing, but we're doing it. You still think it would be too much on the upstairs basketball court to have? I'm just a little concerned about, I mean, I just kind of feel like tennis is this only indoor court we have, and it's going to be, doesn't it stay rented pretty much all the time or not?
It's used quite a bit, but there are plenty of times that we can set up for pickleball.
What's the price on it?
3,900.
No, it's 3,100, I thought.
32, 31.
32.
31 million. Kate, do you have any
I don't
feelings?
know. I have no clue about the sport. I don't know. I know two's better or 4.
I don't think there's any urgency to pick or to make this decision right now. Do you, Scott, do you want to go back and see what Chris can do to spread those out?
I want to make sure, if we're going to do 4, make sure there's plenty of room between them. Otherwise, we could look at doing 2. But I think it'd be good to ask, you got people that play tennis or pickleball, ask them and see what their thoughts are on it. And kind of go from there.
What's on the opposite end? The opposite end of the second floor from this.
That's just open space.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
There's not enough room.
Okay, move on to change order 38.
Change order 38 should be tabled. HFR disagrees with proposal, so HFR is talking the same.
Is that a pump?
No, that's a framing issue.
Okay.
Yeah. What we do want to add to the agenda is change order 40, if you would allow. That is for the VFD pump.
Okay, thanks, Lord. Nolan, tell us about that.
Well, variable frequency drive pump for the geothermal system. When we shut down the geothermal system, apparently it had an effect on this. When it was brought back up, the motor burned out. That's kind of the way I understand it. You too, Scott? Steve?
My understanding is the board burned down.
Oh, the electronic board within the pump. So we have to replace the whole pump.
I think there's a question whether you could just do the board or whether it would be better to replace the whole part of that.
We had Chris Kleckner, who was good with these pumps, look at it. He works for the water maintenance department. He said, well, to summarize, better to replace the whole thing. You get a warranty on the parts and the labor.
What's the price?
$4,842.
Did you get with Chris about that price?
Yes, Chris said it, sent an email yesterday saying that it was within reason.
See, this, in my mind, is kind of like if you own a rental home, something big starts to go out, you know, do we fix it or do we replace it? And in dealing with some of these things, I paid the money out to fix it just for a few months later for it to go bad, and then you end up replacing it all anyway. And here we have a pump that also has a lot of mechanical parts and electronics that are controlling it. I almost think it'd be better off replacing it as well.
Do we know the price on the board?
3,000, just under 3,000.
$3,100, $2,895, $3,000.
And then electrical work.
So you're almost paying just to replace that board. We're getting more for just a little bit more than replacing the whole thing.
Ricky, a
It's a little
DFD
over
is
half.
not a pump, it's what controls,
It's a
changes.
drive, it's a drive that's slows
Keeps it-
the speed.
yeah.
It's you can set the frequency of the hertz to speed or slow the pump up, and a lot of times on those drives like that, you're better off replacing the drive than you are to buy the part, because you get a warranty, probably with a new one versus a board, you may get 30 days, I don't, you know. I haven't been involved in that, but
The
that's not.
DFD in there is 12 years old. That went out.
Okay. Let's replace it.
Edmunds Engineering said the lifespan is usually 15 to 20 years. So it's getting there.
I have a motion to replace the VFD as laid out by saying. Motion by Mrs. Alsbrook, second by Mr. Harvey. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Passes. That'll be a change order. Anything else, Nolan?
I think that's it.
Okay. We'll stand adjourned.